let's just go off the cuff and see what happens. Yep.
These flies are nuking me.
Yeah, it's good. It's good for the film.
Start rolling.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, I've definitely felt more alive and more close to dead in this project than I've ever dealt with in a project, that's for sure.
Sorry, man.
That's such a fat one. Wow, my head was right next to him.
Kind of was culture shock, because I mean, that was my first time really like exploring Oz, doing it fucking as dread as possible. Just like sleeping in the swag in the desert and just driving for hours looking for the heaviest waves that I've ever surfed. And having to just fucking go. And then it just kept going. It just kept going.
We're all like kind of scrambling around, like getting our shit together. And Lob reckons that he like locked eyes with you and you were like, I'm so fucking scared right now. How you then channeled like being scared, like...
I was just telling you guys the whole time that's all I wanted was just big meat waves. And then rocking up in the dark and just hearing David saying it's huge. And then just seeing the waves pretty much close out that bay. Probably a second away from like vomiting and shitting myself, knowing like what we were about to do. And then I think Nas just started to tune up, and yeah, I looked at Lob and I was like, fuck. And then I kind of just thought to myself, if I'm gonna do it, I'm just gonna have to do it. Yeah, I kind of just went blank and just said, fuck it, I'm here, this is what I wanted. And then it was bigger and scarier than I could have imagined.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh shit, alright, let's fucking do it. Just so much adrenaline, and then I don't know, just feel like you don't give a fuck what happens.
That's it, man. That's the energy level. Yeah.
The president.
President, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's so Bidenish.
Whose birthday is it?
Fucking Ripsy just fucking moped thing just ripping the dunes.
I remember you being like, this is the best fucking day of my life.
Yeah. That probably was the best day of my life.
That's insane.
Fucking hell.
Went to the dunes. You fucking. For sure. All of it. Alright. You know the boss help yourselves.
Fucking lay it on thick. Spread it around.
Go, waiter.
Sorry, cracked up. Good dude. I like what he's about. And I like how sweaty he is. I got the peak, boys. It's coming up like 10 kilometers a second.
Whoa.
I wasn't looking at that. Oh shit.
Because look.
Still good. What sort of fucked up shit have we got to throw in?
You on the toothpaste?
May as well. I'm gonna be brushing my teeth. So much good gear in there.
Show us real quick.
Look at the sour straps hanging out of it. Oh, it's fucked. Nah, it's good. Digestive biscuit, that's a sour strap.
What's that blue thing?
That's a sour stick. Well, we gotta have a bite of this.
No way, gun. I've got a headache from the first. It just tastes like jam.
It was carnage from the absolute get-go. The very moment that trip started, it was just absolute mayhem until the moment that we left. Probably about 14 or 15 hours in, I've had a slip disc in my back, like just from being in the car for so long. We kind of rocked up to pumping waves too straight away, and Wade and Aton went out, and I was just sitting on the rocks, like just with the most painful back, and I was like, man, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to surf this whole trip.
Harry, what do you mean teach?
But Camel gave him some medicine.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yoga cream.
We're kind of like relocating and stopped off at a service station to get something to eat along the way, and yeah, that dim sim had probably been sitting there for a good couple of weeks, I reckon. I kept driving, and then I started feeling sick and my back was still blown, and I was like, man, this trip is really not starting out that well. In the middle of the night, I was like hunching over, like spewing, and ended up pulling my back into line, like, and the disc just perfectly like went back in, and I was like, yes. And then woke up in the morning and I let Barry out of the car, and Barry went and ate my spew. It was kind of like a ticking time bomb. It was kind of like running up and down the car, and then all of a sudden, yeah, just explosive.
2 hours into the trip, just getting shit on.
Yeah, that was pretty much kickoff, eh?
Fuck.
Dude, look, just get your jacket.
Yeah, we ended up having to sacrifice a lot of stuff from the trip that day. Lob didn't have a jacket for the rest of the trip. He was freezing down there. Aton lost his sleeping bag.
And the camera bag.
Camera gear that got turfed. That's pretty much how it went down.
It's so nice in there, bro.
Hey,
thing kind of stemmed from when we'd be driving across Australia to go camping. Right as you lose reception and kind of, you know, enter the desert, there's this little deserted zone on the side of the road that sold camel milk. It kind of turned into a joke. Like every time we'd drive past it, we'd kind of like load the troop up full of camel milk. Right as we'd kind of start drinking this camel milk, it was like we'd enter the desert and you'd lose reception, and it was just this big kind of trippy scene.
Each little town's kind of got a pretty poor little pub. You just like walk in through the front door and the whole pub is just staring you down.
What do you guys do? I'm a concreter.
Concreter?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me, you're my type. What are you?
That night we had at the pub with everybody sticks out in my mind. We were there, we went in for like one beer, and I think we had at least 12 each. You know, with everything, just all the people we got to meet, like that community and how tight-knit it was, and like all the stories and all the experiences and just like that bond in that moment is like, I don't know, I feel like that's why I'm so in love with surfing, is obviously like the surfing itself, but then moments like that. It was like one of those nights you didn't want to have end.
It's the vibe now since when we first got in here.
But the waves were going to be pumping in the morning, so I think we ended up like hanging out till like 1 or 2 in the morning, and then I think we were up at like 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we surfed that wave that was just me and you out, just eyes bloodshot, and I think the sun wasn't even up yet, and you had paddled out before me, and I just remember as soon as the light like came over that hill, you caught the first wave and you just stood no hands in that backside barrel. And I feel like from the night to that moment, that one to me is like cemented in my mind.
We just rock up at prime time with about 5 or 6 jugs of milk, start kind of telling them about what we're doing. I'm like, look, we're making this surf movie. I need some people to scull some glasses of milk. It would mean so much to me. We were kind of getting a few weird looks, and then I'd feed them up a few beers, loosen them up a bit. and then they all started kind of cracking, and then next thing, like, there's like 5 or 6 just old boys sitting up at the bar just sculling schooner glasses full of milk, and it's going everywhere. And then the guy that owns the pub was getting so pissed off because there was just milk flying all over his pub. One guy in particular, he got so excited drinking the milk, he ended up spewing it all over the pub and in the bathrooms, and then wound up with a life ban from his local pub. I felt so bad. I had to have a chat to the bartender and get his ban lifted.
job, Aircon. That was a brilliant feed. No problem.
I've got some tractor clips today. Sweet, let's go again. We'll get another house.
Seems like it.
Less enthusiasm.
Seems like it.
Yeah, that was good.
It's all dripping down my leg under these things.
You want water, you can dip your head in the camel trough out the back.
Sweet.
Yeah, having Fieldsy there was insane. Fieldsy's a legend. He's like an iconic Aussie actor. He's been in a lot of TV shows and movies, and he was looking at me straight in the eyes, death staring me, like looking straight into my soul. Meanwhile, there's like 16mm film getting burned around me, and I was just trying my best to just keep a straight face and not blow the shot.
Sliding the bug lines and mental.
I love that. Yeah. The reef has changed with the sand.
Yeah. What's the wriggle?
We were checking the waves in the morning, the sun was coming up, and we were so cooked by this point, like so thirsty and dehydrated, and like we were looking through the car, I had the dog down there too. I ended up finding like a quarter of a bottle of water, like I gave that to Baz. We just like went forwards in this warm and 4X gold tin for breakfast, so fatigued and headachy, and ended up getting a fair flogging that session.
We were having a super fun surf. It was like nothing on the waves the days before, and it kind of just got me a bit pumped up. And then, yeah, just one came, and it's kind of an unpredictable wave. I just fucked the takeoff, and then I was like, oh, I'm just going to hit something real hard. And I never really did, and then I just got, like, stuck. I was like, holy shit, where am I? And then my board kind of was, like, squashing me, and then I just, like, tried to move, and I couldn't. I was, like, in a cave, and the board kind of capped the cave, so I was stuck behind it. It took me a fair bit of time to, like, wrestle past the board. I remember getting down the cave past my board, swimming to the surface going, oh, sweet, I'm out of that, and then just stopping dead. Oh, no, my board's still in there. Tried to reach for my leggy, and I couldn't. It was, like, under my weddy, and it was really turbulent, so I, like, couldn't bend down properly to get it. So I just sort of went from there to trying to get to the surface and back and forth, and going, oh, man, like... my only two options aren't really working. And I just had a bit of a like moment where I just stopped and just thought, fuck, like, I'm gonna die. Sort of started to set in and thinking about my family and just thinking like, fuck, can't believe I'm gonna die right now. And then kind of got this like rage, just pulled my leg like as hard as I could, and I ended up like tearing my groin a bit, and it like snapped my board in the cave, and then I was able to pop up. It's just crazy how it can go from having like the funnest surf and real good times to all of a sudden you're fighting for your life or dragging your broken self up a rock ledge. That whole like episode was a bit rattling, to say the least. Every time I closed my eyes or was going to sleep, I was back underwater again.
Wow.
Yeah, every time. So, like, I copped that for about 2 weeks, and then it went away. I really want to, like, push it forever, but at the same time, I keep getting fucked up. So I just, like... I don't know. I'm just kind of going in waves at the moment of how I'm feeling and trying to listen to myself a bit more.
Hazardous consumption of coffee.
We brew hard here. Very surf camp. We brew really hard here. Why do you want a coffee, mate?